closure of all toll booths dotted around the country by the roads minister. It's about 9:48 p.m. here at the Tema Plaza toll booth. And this is the situation here. But let's get closer to see how the place is gradually deteriorating. This is how the inside of the building now looks. Dust. Definitely the computer is no more here and it is filled with dust, as you can see. So much dust. Cables all around and the lights and fan nowhere to be found in this very toll booth. Definitely it is the same with the other toll booths here. But then let's get closer to Bismarck, who is the security here, and find out from him how he has been manning the place. How have you been keeping the place safe?
It's not easy. It's not easy because the junkers have been fighting me to live here for them to have chance to go in and destroy the things inside of it. And even with that, they have stolen many things here. And I've been fighting, seriously. Fighting. Oh, the other time there was a military soldier, a military man who came to help me here. He was the one. But now, because of that incident, now the pressure is now down.
Talk about they stealing some items. What are some of the items that they've
got
away with?
Those irons.
The irons?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the air condition. I believe they have stolen the air condition too. And at the same time, you saw that there was no fan in there.
Yes.
They have removed the fan. If it was not you, I have not been going in there, so I don't know. Right now that I have just said that.
You realize that the fan is
not
there.
We prefer the toll booth system than the e-levy because the e-levy is a cheat. We will all be cheated, and so we do not want it. The government just wants us to suffer.
This is the Ashaiman Toll Booth Plaza, and the place is totally dark. Unlike the Tema Toll Booth Plaza, which had a security man there, here there is no one here manning the place. We understand a lot of people have been attacked around this area. Prior to our arrival, we saw someone in that very building sleeping. When he got to see our cameras, he took to the hills. This is a looming danger for motorists who plow this stretch. Reporting for Metro News, Elvis Ando, Tema and Ashaiman Toll Booth Plaza, Accra.
We are blessed as a country that we don't have to fight to determine who will lead us. But we have two fine gentlemen, President John Mahama and Vice President Bawumia, who we have to pick from. The other side of that is that we have been dealt that hand. We didn't have a choice in it. It was NDC and NPP. Of all the people in NDC, they picked John Mahama. It is their prerogative. And then MPP picks Bawumia. It is their prerogative. We, the people of Ghana, have been dealt this hand. You can like it or not. I think one of the two will be president. So every measure you come up with against Vice President Bawumia, President Mahama also fails on it. He has been a president. He has been a vice president. And the track record is there. Whether it's corruption, whether it's transformational leadership, whatever it is. And when I looked at all of that, I came to the conclusion that we are better off picking Vice President Bawumia and giving him a chance. At the least, we should give him a fair hearing. Let us hear the man and listen to what he has for this country. Now, all of that together forced me to have to make that endorsement. Not to his person, but in the calculation that it is better for this country, even if you are going to make a mistake going forward. Because we have tried this other quantity, And we have had this.
We have tried John Mahama as president,
yes.
but not try Bawumia as president.
Yes.
That is a key argument you make.
That's a key argument. And I'm saying that...
You sit on boards and you sit on interview panels. You pick people for experience on a job.
Yes.
If President Mahama has been president, he ought to do better if he's given the opportunity than someone who is seeking that opportunity.
You don't pick people for the wrong experience, or you don't pick people whose experience showed that they could not do the job. In fact, that is the perfect rule you use to exclude them. We gave you the chance and you failed, so out. You pick people who have shown you a certain tendency to do well, and then you analyze them, which is what I did. Every measure you pick to rule on whether to go with Vice President Bawumia or President Mahama, you find out that in his case, there have been findings made and things established. So again, you go forward and you realize that, look, if we are going to look at track record, then indeed, we should not be making this mistake.
You are now, even small money you send to yourself, the bank collect, everybody collect, e-levy, why? You know, it's terrible. Then go and read the Ghana Demographic Health Survey. Health outcomes, double disease burden. In 2024, young guys are getting even all kinds of lifestyle, plenty things. Healthcare service, if you don't have money, cash and carry. Quality of education, bobo, kids can't even spell properly. Class size, big. Then come and sit here and say, oh, we are doing it. Nanado is doing what? What is he doing? What is it? What are you saying? We feel it. What are you talking about? You do what? Because in the name of politics, who speak the truth? Because the person from our hometown. You don't get me. Or from your wherever. Let's be honest for once. The reason we are not doing well is because we are not honest as a citizen. Countries that do well, they value the truth. And truth is not just saying yes or no. Truth is looking for facts. You look for inquiry. That's why we go to school. Education is the search for truth. The truth about malaria, the truth about unemployment, the truth about currency depreciation, the truth about our own prejudice. Research is to find truth. So you push money into research, medicine, hypertension, research into cancer. That's truth. So societies that value truth, like Japan, they'll do better than you because you don't value truth. You get me? If you don't, you can pray, but that's not truth. If you don't value, societies that advance, they value truth. They spend money to ascertain the truth about their situation and they solve it, but you don't want to accept the truth. You don't want to accept the truth. You want to tell yourself you are the best. And you believe it. The fact that you believe a lie is just delusion. Now you can be delusional. Now delusion means you are lying to yourself. You can lie to somebody. That's dishonest. But delusion is worse than dishonesty. Because delusion means you know you are wrong, but you believe, you convince yourself you are right. We are delusional. Ghana, Black Star of Africa for where? First country of Sub-Saharan. So what? Go and look at all the facts. Some guy did a video on Cote d'Ivoire. Go and look at the Cote d'Ivoire video. Look at the stadiums they are playing in. Look at the stadium of football. Look at the parks. The parks in Cote d'Ivoire you are seeing. Is there anyone in Ghana like this? Even Accra Sports Stadium, they stopped that they are going to do music concerts in a stadium. You go and see nails on the floor and things. Our football is going bad. Then you get up and say, what are you talking about? We can't even compete in football. There's no grassroots, AstroTurfs everywhere. We've lost it. There's no commitment to excellence anywhere. People don't even read any properly. Stories are poorly written everywhere. We are just living, shouting every day, convincing ourselves that we have the first sub-Saharan African country for successful elections. You sit there, look at Senegal. Don't rest on your own. Let's get serious. Let's go back to truth. Speak the truth. Why are we failing? That's the thing. Let's go. Let's ascertain the truth. If you don't value truth, you can't advance. Societies that value truth, they will do well for their citizens. We are living a lie. If you live a lie, nature will resist you. Because the lie, you see, truth is reality. So the more you search for truth, the closer you get to reality. That's why some people have put research into things to solve their problems. We don't want to do that. We've thrown all our scientists to the background, all our professors, they are book long too much. We go on air. How can you advance? How can you advance? You are doing the discussion on the policy. When you are in power, it means everything you want to say is true. People have done research and they have told you the thing is wrong. You don't care because you have power. And you appoint some of your upstarts on social media to attack people who speak. Follow them with robots, bots and things. You get some money and you think you are doing something to yourself. When your child falls sick and you don't have ambulance, that's when you know that you lived a lie. That's That's what. So let's go for truth. That's the issue. If you don't have truth, you cannot succeed. And the truth starts with us being honest to the facts. The facts show that the economy is not doing well and the government has mismanaged it. Let's accept it. Let's accept it and stop all these big English.
Unleashing the power of relevant.
The economy boils down to whether or not I'm okay.
Your cost of living.
My cost of living. Whether or not when I go to the market I can buy. Whether or not if I'm in business, my business will strive. Right? Whether or not there are jobs to do, or whether or not people can get employed and survive and live very dignified lives. Because the long and short of being in leadership or being in government is to ensure that your people are better off than when you took over. So if you've been in government for 7 years, and after 7 years, you look at this, the reality, walk around and see the young people who are living in despair. A few months ago, young people massed up to demonstrate, not because they had time and energy, but because they were looking at their own realities, amalgamate those realities, and they realized that things were just not working. So if you get the opportunity and you say you want to be president, and yet nothing you tell us speaks to our reality, then I find that really puzzling. Now, as a 14-year-old in the year 2000, I heard a phrase that has stayed with me ever since. When the MPP was campaigning, he said, "Shewa sitnem na to abapa." Do you understand what that means? It means look at your reality. So which means that before you make an electoral decision, you look at your reality. Is my life the way I want it to be? And I remember when the MPP was campaigning the year 2000 in Swedru, they said, "Man, young man, can you get married? Can you buy fuel? Can you do A, B, C, and D?" So meaning that you are telling people that to make an electoral decision, you look at your reality. And I believe a lot of people are looking at that reality. And they are looking at that reality in one hand and listening to the vice president in the other hand. And the two are not syncing. So like you said, it's not about GDP, whatever. Those things matter. They are the high-level economics, what they call the macro, right? And then there are the micro bits, which affect you and I on a daily. Which affect you and I on the fuel price, transportation. Ask yourself, how many people now have enough money to take Trotsky's from one point to the other across a month? Are their salaries enough? If you do the math and you take out bills, taxes, utilities, do you have enough to live on? That is the critical question anybody who wants to lead this country should think about. Are my people living dignified lives? Go around. People are struggling. The Kenke index. Kenke is what? 4 cedis, 5 cedis. How many people consistently can buy Kenke 5 cedis for 30 days in a month? What's the status of salaries? The government considered introducing 50% VAT on electricity. 15% VAT on electricity after the mounting of taxes. We saw somebody's bill in trying to import a 4x4 from Canada. Look at the duty, 227,000. And yet, when you talk about these things, there are people who, I don't know how they live. Maybe they live in this utopia where everything is fine. And when you say, "Hey, don't talk. Hey, don't complain. Hey, don't do this. Hey, don't do that. Why are you complaining?" Bamia is what? I mean, serious.
So for you,
for me,
the economic reality,
the speech did not speak to those realities at all. And like you said, what he should have done, and that was the part of the speech that, I'll be very honest, it upset me. I was very upset listening to that part, where on one hand we've managed the economy well, on the other hand I don't have a decision-making powers. So when you were haranguing other candidates who were members of the economic management team, you didn't know that the EMT was only advisory, that the EMT could only give counsel. If they take it, great. If they don't, maybe I'm there. But the part that works there is good. We've done this. We 100,000 nurses, 100,000 days, more teachers, this, that. And yes, people are unemployed. Where are you even getting those numbers from? Where are you getting those numbers from? Young men can't get jobs. People are done out of school 5-6 years. They don't have work. The other day, somebody came to see me in Tesano. He lives somewhere. What was his plea? "Can you please help me get a job?" It absolutely broke me. And yet, you get this opportunity to sell your vision, and you never say that, "Oh, this is I'm sorry. Look at the mounting of promises from 2013 to 2016. Wherever you went, Dr. Bawumia was a star man. I bet if they were doing Ballon d'Or for politicians, they would have probably won 1 or 2. And yet, when you get the chance, you come into office 7 years.
Let me ask a question.
The economy boils down to whether
cause of Dumsor, and Dumsor has been caused by the financial and economic mismanagement of this government. And so we shouldn't be giving them credit for solving a problem that they have solved. Cause of Dumsor, and Dumsor has been caused by the financial and economic mismanagement of this government. And so we shouldn't be giving them credit for solving a problem that they have solved.
It is a pleasure to have the opportunity to share with you some progress on the state of our economy after 2 years in government, during which we have been implementing the policies that Ghanaians voted for. This occasion also provides the economic management team an opportunity to interact with the public and to answer questions on the economy. The timing of this interaction is also important because it was only yesterday that Ghana formally and successfully completed the IMF program that we inherited in 2017. On behalf of members of the EMT, I present to you our progress, where we are, and the way forward. Our presentation today, as always, is based on an analysis of the data and the facts. The data will speak for itself.
I'm glad to be able to report, Mr. Speaker, that the economic management team, under the stellar leadership of the strong, brilliant economist, Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia, has risen to the challenge, and the hard work is beginning to show positive results.
Across this country and answered every single question on. I can understand why some people want to hear him do an elaborate set of remarks on it, but it should not be missed that his presentation was a third in a series of presentations by government dealing with various issues. And we have dealt extensively with the electronic transactions levy, traveling from Takrady to Koforidua to Wa to Ho and to other places, engaging the Ghanaian public, engaging in parliament, on mass media platforms, explaining the why and dealing with the fact that those two principal issues, one, digitization will not be compromised by e-levy, have to be responded to, and it's been responded to ad nauseum. The second matter of dealing with the poor, the Vice President himself was very instrumental, and I don't think I break my cabinet oath when I say this, because I believe it serves a good purpose. He was very instrumental in the cabinet meetings and the EMT meetings to ensure that his principled argument of protect the poor was upheld, and that is why the threshold of 100 Ghana cedis, which accounts for about 40% of Momo transactions on a daily basis, 40% was excluded from this levy. So in substance, the two issues, in my view, that people would want to hear him speak to have been addressed.
I would want all of us here to, and on behalf of my colleagues, say a very big thank you to the type of leadership the EMT has enjoyed from Dr. Bawumia. A chairman who is so involved in the work of he works like a member, like a secretary. It's sterling quality, professionally excellent. So we are where we are because Dr. Bawumia is putting up a very professional chairmanship to the EMT. And I pray that we continue to work together as a team.
he'll bring it to bear. We are vice president. You head the economic management committee of the country. Into economic policies now will be driven by you, and I say will be directed by you. Into I know say he's competent in that area. He's got the focus. He's got the mindset. He's got the experience in macroeconomics, and even as a general academician oni mejuma ejuma ne ye ena ono so ewo adwempa ne akomapa eni nyan
economic management team no ye chairman ni Dr. Baumia na say oni papa ko meeting na wo say owo tira so daye owo tira emu na efu daye o ma no ho enkuntaburo o ma no ho adindire no wo ye ne ko tanu chairman of economic management team. I am a penny power, me say, men a minute Casamafo, Emma, Ghana Sikasam. If you are only now say, and I'm using a Dumano, or no church and a Dumano, or no as a Mampania, the Dampa Kufado, or the Tanin Seminaria, who are friends there. Mahmoud, I was in Castamino at the time. I don't know teaching Castamino, my economic management in our area trade. Or no, any of Penny and Tuma Bobiwa. Man said in the about them in our legislation. I want to ask it. We go where they are not stressed on that story. Now, Uka Frago, Uka Hanketico, when now here they have read 7 cents. While you want to respect Alahadi, 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 Doctor, Mahmoud,
So, what does the data say about the state of our economy after 8 years of economic management under the NDC, with President John Mahama in charge as the head of the economic management team for 4 years and president for another 4? Mr. Chairman, look at the economic management team. It is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akutose, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejaku, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team. In fact, can anyone remember the NDC economic management team? I'm sure they themselves cannot remember who their economic management team was. Kukrudu, fellow Kukrudites, we were elected to fix the problems, and I'm glad to report that we are fixing the problems and we are putting in place the policies that will drive the economic transformation of this country. It is very clear that the economy is beginning to respond to the policies of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. That we make sure that happens. We've put in place a very first-class economic management team. I would even say world-class, because the Minister of Finance, the very known Wall Street banker, investment banker, really high achiever, the former Minister of Finance, who is deputy chair, vice chair of the economic management team, Yao Osafo Mafu, he was voted at one time the best finance minister in Africa by the World Economic Forum, and many others. They're just a solid, capable group of individuals who have come together to manage the team, and we meet every week without fail. And so we have a laser-eyed focus on the economy, and we are taking decisions and making sure we monitor what is going on.
The NDC government has done a lot in 4 years. Our constitution gives presidents 2 terms. take it that I'm the spare driver or caretaker or whatever. Professor Mills of blessed memory started the process, and I'm finishing his unexpired term. I believe that the NDC government deserves a second term to be able to build on the foundation that it has laid in these 4 years. And I'm certain that Ghanaians would vote for me and turn me from the spare driver that I've been described as into the actual driver of the bus, leading us to the destination that we want to go to.
As Vice President, I am like a driver's mate. But by the grace of God, if you make me the president, I will be in the driver's seat with constitutional... I will be in the driver's seat with constitutionally mandated authority to pursue my vision and my priorities. So what do I want to do in terms of vision and priorities and policies if you give me the opportunity, by the grace of God, to become President of the Republic of Ghana? As Vice President, I am like a driver's mate. But by the grace of God, if you make me the president, I will be in the driver's seat with constitutional... I will be in the driver's seat with constitutionally mandated authority to pursue my vision and my priorities. Tax digitalization will be implemented across all aspects of tax administration. Everyone will be required to file a very simple tax return electronically through their mobile phone or computer. There will be no manual or paper filing of taxes under my administration. Tax digitalization will be implemented across all aspects of tax administration. Everyone will be required to file a very simple tax return electronically through their mobile phone or computer. There will be no manual or paper filing of taxes under my administration. Tax digitalization will be implemented across all aspects of tax administration. Everyone will be required to file a very simple tax return electronically through their mobile phone or... My vision, ladies and gentlemen, is to create a tent big enough to accommodate all our people, to tap into the resourcefulness and talents of our people, irrespective of our different ethnic, political, and religious backgrounds, to channel our energies into building the kind of country that assures food self-sufficient, safe, prosperous, and a dignified future for all Ghanaians, to create sustainable jobs with meaningful pay for all, and for Ghana to participate fully in the fourth industrial revolution using systems and data. To realize this vision, we must have a mindset of possibilities and not impossibilities. The challenges we must overcome as a country are too important to let our political differences derail us. There is a critical failure of mindset that manifests itself in the absence of core values, patriotism, and principles within our society. We need to invigorate the can-do spirit of the Ghanaian, to believe that we can do better than we have ever imagined if we put our minds to it. For example, our students from Mamfi Girls Senior High School and Prempeh College have won international robotic competitions against their peers in the US, Germany, and South Korea. We must apply the same mindset of beating the world in robotics, sing-a-thons, and cook-a-thons to every sphere of economic activity.
When we are supposed to be celebrating workers, we are celebrating a new tax imposed on them. And already there's a litany of complaints about the implementation. I've heard complaints of transfers of under 100 cedis being subject to tax contrary to the law. And I've heard others say that they sent 1,000 cedis and paid no additional tax. Clearly, the Ghana Revenue Authority and those responsible for this tax were not ready for its implementation. Government's desperation to tax Ghanaians to get this nation out of the hellhole it has dumped us will not succeed because government's own budget proposals show that the e-levy will not make any significant contribution in resolving our problems, but will exert an adverse toll on the people of Ghana. We in the NDC do not oppose taxation as a principle. We will not be pretentious and couch fanciful slogans to condemn the principle of taxation like the MPP did in the past. We are, however, implacably opposed to distortionary and burdensome taxes like the e-levy that only force Ghanaians to endure more suffering. A new National Democratic Congress government, God willing, and with the votes of the sovereign people of Ghana in 2025, will repeal the e-levy act.
Bank of Ghana, you have been recognized in the United States and just literally across Africa. And I just wanted you to let me know, the current president, William Ruto, he won on the economic model of the bottom-up economic model. So he's bringing in the local traders and the youth. As an economist, what do you think about this particular model, not just for Kenya, but for the broader African continent?
Yes, thank you very much, Judah. I think the bottom-up economic model is just a model of inclusiveness. So you are looking for inclusion. And I think that that is fundamentally a good model to go. If you, what you have seen in Africa since independence is you've had development without inclusion. So you get to a stage after 50, 60 years of independence, and then you are like, look, so many people don't even have a bank account. So many people, don't have access to electricity. So many mothers in villages die when they are given birth because they don't have access to blood supply, and so on. So many people are excluded from the economic system. So if you are trying to transform an economy, you cannot transform it on the basis of exclusion, because the substantial population will be amongst those who are excluded, and they will operate in the informal sector largely. So I think that the idea that President Ruto has about a bottom-up model in terms of development is a good one. And I think it's one that many African countries should be emulating if they are already not doing so.
I would like to think that, having been an economist for so many years of your life, as an economist, the economist eye, what are some of the outstanding things you've seen, maybe just driving around in Nairobi?
What is very impressive when you get into Nairobi is just see the infrastructure. I think that it's very impressive infrastructure that you have. You see the businesses that are also all dotted all over the city, and of course you have significant industrial capacity in Kenya, and one of the larger economies in the region. So
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our joy, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
If you reach a certain stage in life and there is nobody who can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, you are doomed. And that is where our country has gotten to. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. And I feel very terrible as a Ghanaian at this time. This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirtied, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. Inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
Government is broke, government is broke. But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Right, hello, good morning, welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Ghana Live on Metro TV. It's a Wednesday, the 14th day of April 2024. By His grace, we're live and we're here. We're at another edition of the show. Our gratitude goes to the Most High God for the rare privilege of being alive and, of course, the opportunity of having another conversation around the top stories making rounds here in our dear Republic. I'll let you into our panel for the morning's conversation shortly, but let's take a look at the front pages of our newspapers. Daily Graphic. Ghana will deliver best African Games, President Akufo-Addo. Ladder gives clue in Jirapa Dubai CEO's murder. Finance Minister writes on digital payments in Africa. Halt medical physics program at CK Tedam University. Society for Medical Physics charges GTech and others. The Ghanaian Times. Ghana set to host 13th Africa Games 2023 as President inaugurates Boteman Sports Complex to mark 25-day countdown to Games. EP Varsity faces imminent closure over failure to pay tax. Church appeals to government to intervene. Financial innovations, digital technologies important for climate change combat. Finance Minister. Public Accounts Committee threatens to block budget allocations to SIGA if. Daily Guide. Ministerial reshuffle. Ufuriata Ajima Menu Ambrose Derry out. Ken Sly in mini brawl in Parliament. NACOC seizes 4,734 kilograms tramadol. Gensa donates block to Django Warfare School. The new crusading guide. To prevent blacklisting from EU and UK, Bank of Ghana goes wild on money launderers. Drama over inauguration of MMDAs at Kede. Rowdy Tinedu gate crashes, blames MCE as please cordon off venue. Admit LI restricting food imports. Efri Akoto urges Parliament. Gensa Energy boosts military training with new block. At Jungle Warfare School, Mines Minister hails Bawumia for brilliant policy on small-scale mining. Military police clash with angry youth over 11 acres of land at Prison Junction. The insight. NPP guru Jabs Akufo-Addo accuses him of dividing party. Media have prerogative to black out individuals who violate press freedom rules, Professor Karikari. Akufo-Addo government getting desperate, draconian, stop him, Mahama to minority. Schools facing serious logistical challenges. Lutheran Church raises alarm as it donates buses. ECOWAS in crisis, while West Africa's United Front is now in tatters. The Informer, Joe Wise quits politics as name pops up in Bawumia's VP list. Endorsement of Bawumia and prepared to pay a price, Kofi Bento. Sex for fish, cause of rising teenage pregnancy in Half Asini. As GJ NMC tango over media attacks, hold police and judiciary accountable, Minister. Use law to advance society, Chief Justice urges lawyers and judges. The Inquisitor, who partners John Mahama, pettiness in NDC. NDC Communication Bureau chases Bawumia. Afenyo Markin reconciles Kennedy Japan and MPP caucus. Opinion, sagacious Abu Jinapo proves worth of young politicians with sterling performance. The Herald, 30 witnesses line up for Agongo defense in Kokobo trial. Satisfied opponent declines box. Wounded Kennedy Japan turns explosive material. Colleague Sylvester Tete, his latest victim. Government urged to address food insecurity. SNIT prioritizes pensioners' healthcare needs. Presents 1 million cedis donations. Anodompre rejects Che, Frema, Napo, Educhum as Bawumia's running mate. Wants Opoku, Onyina. The Daily Statesman, Ghana ready for all African Games. Akufo-Addo commissions Bottleman Sports Complex. DI, NPP performance with credit rating better than NDC. Ayoko Botre's Commonwealth candidature well received. Ghana reaffirms commitment to land mines, free world. Abinose Asari, Bawumia has vision to transform Ghana. The Daily Searchlight, Minerals Commission grants license to company to do galamsey. Bawumia's policies for the creative arts industry extremely relevant, and order Samoa Beidou. Mahama eligibility rates back in Supreme Court. Ghana committed to promote a world free from landmines, Dr. Bawumia. Crisis at Ghana Water Company over Eric Johnson's murder. The Ghanaian Publisher. Oforiatta Dambuchi, Derry, and Mwakwata out in long-awaited reshuffle. Efri Akoto backs LI restricting food imports. Akufo-Addo opens Bottleman Sports Complex ahead of 13th African Games. The Custodian. It's time to retire Mahama and Odompre. Ghana to host memorable African Games. Akufo-Addo. Malawian President backs Ayoko Botre for Commonwealth top post. Upon Nkrumah advises feuding GJ and NMC. The New Finder. $150 million stadium opens. President optimistic of a memorable All-African Games. Access Holdings PLC appoints Bolaji Agbede as acting group CEO. Massive demo rocks GFN Sports Ministry today. Guta AGI give thumbs up to Bawumia's policy proposals. Daily Post. All you need to know about Alhaji Bawumia's lies and false promises in his uninspiring address, Part 1. Mahama's government developed Ghana card system, not Akufo-Addo's administration. Sami Jemfi. Don't debase your office because you are seeking power. Alanchero Mantin to Bawumia. Government spent $12 million on suspended the Japan royalties deal. And that's about it. For the front pages, we'll be back shortly.
You are your own person, unique, one of a kind, special. That's why you deserve everything tailored to suit your particular taste, your preference, your needs. Just like MTN Just For You. You can get customized offers tailored to who you are. Dial *141# or use the MyMTN app to get to choose from a variety of offers made just for you.
Star Assurance, your solid partner.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say. But as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
Hey, what's up?
How far with your internship?
To be honest, I'm so nervous about starting this new role on Monday.
Oh please, I know you'll be great at it. You should be worried about what benefits they have. Example, do they have health insurance?
I doubt they will have that for internet. But no shaking. I have NHIS already.
After you son a line, tin.
Ina, look at you. What are you going to do in the office when you can just download their app to register for an NHIS membership?
Yes, my people. You heard right. You can now download and register your membership on my NHIS app. No long queues or tedious paperwork. All you need is your Ghana card to register for yourself and for others. Once you register, you get a new digital NHIS card on your phone. My NHIS app gives you access to credentialed health facilities and services across the country. NHIS covers over 95% of disease conditions in Ghana. Access to healthcare just got easier.
Now let me sign up quickly. Please, Seth, I'm starting work next month.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth and fresh breath.
I'm a fat missy way.
The Pacho Bantama.
Machasi.
That's so cycle.
It's her smile, the fresh breath.
Me, Judy said we used to Cal 360 toothpaste. Some kind. Cal 360 toothpaste.
That's Kia. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector. Onim jom kasa. Ine kosen. Cal 360 did the way. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
You will see so feeling kika when you know Cal 360 toothpaste. Happy smile.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth and fresh breath. Cal, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Discover the perfect blend of quality, modern elegance and affordability with Kingdom Home Real Estate. At Kingdom Home Real Estate, we cater to both local and international clients, offering exceptional housing options in Ebri and Ekropon. Our properties are conveniently located, providing a tranquil atmosphere, top-notch security, and essential amenities such as electricity, water, and backup generators. Our strategic locations offer easy access to popular tourist destinations, all within a 30-minute drive from Accra. Visit us in Ekropon right after the Latte Junction or in Ebri near the Ebri Girls Senior High School. Alternatively, you can reach us Kingdom Home Real Estate, where your dream home becomes a reality.
We are back, bringing you the latest lineup from Betway. Betway starts strong with their front two, with Free Play Friday and Swipe Bet. In the middle, you've got all the control with Cash Out and Build a Bet. Plus, with Win Boost, you can boost your sports bet. At the back, they have Smart Picks and the Partial Daily Jackpot.
You always get way more with Betway.
And you might see.
Adverts have been vetted and approved by
biggest car center in Ghana, offering unparalleled round-the-clock service in autos and accessories. Nadam Autofix is the biggest distributors of used tires in Ghana, offering first-grade second-hand car tires of all rim sizes at both wholesale and retail prices. We are also the leading name in car sensor diagnostics, corrections and sales of car accessories. We excel in car washing and detailing with state-of-the-art steam engine washing machines that keep water away from your engine, ensuring a clean, healthy and responsive engine. Nadam Autofix, the first name in servicing, car accessories and car washing. Visit us today and experience the world of class difference. Find us today at Asoridaho, directly opposite Dansoman KFC and the Shell filling station. For more details, you can call us on 0503 244 266 or 0535 339823. Nado Motofix, Wukwain Sunyonko Papa.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. With me on the show this morning, I have Kwesi Pratt Jr., who is the managing editor of the Inside newspaper. Kwesi, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Right. Also with me on the show this morning is Erica Mwakuchum, who, as at this morning, is a government spokesperson. I don't know if that's going to change by afternoon. Is it changing?
I don't know what you're talking about. Good morning.
Your designation is not changing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, you'll find out pretty soon. Imagine getting rewarded for doing something you already do every single day. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, that's exactly what Momo Season is all about. There's something for everyone. Download the Momo app on Play Store or App Store and use Momo Pay for your day-to-day transactions to a merchant, either through the QR code or merchant ID, and stand a chance of winning 1,000 Ghana cedis weekly and other amazing prizes. The merchants are also not left out of the reward. Receive payments and win. Keep using your Momo Pay on the Momo app and get rewarded. There are lots and lots of exciting prizes for everyone. So what are we doing today? Transact more with Momo Pay and more points and win big this Momo season. Visit Momo Merchant application.mtn.com.gh for your Momo for business account today. It's Momo season, so just Momo it with Momo Pay. Terms and conditions apply. A new Scale Kids toothpaste flavored with strawberry that gives a perfect taste for kids and makes them develop a personal attitude and love for brushing their teeth always for your kids. Scale Kids toothpaste protects child's gum, prevents cavities, and makes their teeth strong and healthy with freshness all day. Scale Kids toothpaste is recommended for children between 2 and 6. And is a product from Samara Company Limited, producers of Sasso, and is approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Kel Kids, happy, smile. And enjoying the fruits of your labor is as important as enjoying the mansions of your labor. The pains of climbing the stairs when not exercising could be challenging for all ages, but worry no more. Lift and elevators have got you covered with the best portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators on the market today. It's a simple, self-supported elevator for both homes and offices, and guess what? It can lift your goods too. Wheelchairs can fit in, and they come in 3 custom-made models. It's affordable and can be installed within 3 days. Visit Lifts and Elevators at Sakumono, or just call them on 0200-535-515, or send a mail to elevatorsgh@gmail.com for consultations and the best solutions in easy vertical movements. And Amen Scientific and Herbal, an alternative medical hospital, is organizing a free health screening now for the general public. This is a way of saying thank you to Ghanaians. What's more rewarding than this? The free screening includes fertility tests, prostate, stroke, diabetes, hypertension, fibroid, ulcers, hepatitis B, and many more. Note that the medical screening is free, but patients with disease conditions will pay a token for their medications. Visit Amen Scientific at Dominion, the Snake Flats down or Clago near the Shaman Under Bridge, and all the other branches across the country. You can call Amen Scientific on 020-722-9505 or 0244-227192 to book your appointments. Amen Scientific and Alternative Medical Hospital. Allah Shafi, God is the healer. And Blue Jeans Energy Drink has been on the Ghanaian market for over 20 years. We already know what it does for the body. It contains vitamins and nutrients like vitamin B2, B3, B6, and B12, as well as taurine and guarana, which are known to boost your strength and energy as well as promote high performance and endurance. Blue Jeans Energy Drink has been tested and tried. It is indeed the best. Blue Jeans Energy Drink is for bold and active men and women. So go and grab a cold can and power your day. It's in shops nationwide. For bulk purchase, contact Budget Cash and Carry Limited on 020-8128-190 or 055-001-0000. And that's Blue Jeans Energy Drink from Budget Cash and Carry. Let me say a big good morning to you, Nana Agre, who is the CEO of Budget Cash and Carry. Where's do you celebrate Valentine's Day?
No.
Never. When you were growing up, there was no Val's Day. But you see people celebrate it around and all that.
Yeah, they're entitled to it. No problem.
I see. Okay. Now, on the front page of your paper, I've seen. In fact, I got an invitation.
Yes.
I've seen something about February 24. Okay, what is it?
Well, we observe February 24th as Ghana's Day of Shame.
And when you say we, who are you referring
to? The Socialist Movement of Ghana. We initiated it about 30 years ago.
30?
Yeah. And now, many people celebrate the Day of Shame, observe the Day of Shame. Now, this year, we're going to do something extraordinary. We normally do it with rallies, public fora, and so on. But this year, rather than have a public forum, we're going to have a book launch. And this is a book that we authored also about 30 years ago, the first copy about 30 years ago. Since then, we've gone through 4 editions. It's become a very popular book. And the title of the book is...
You keep revising it?
Yeah.
So you add more material?
We add more material. The title of the book is The Great Deception: How the CIA Overthrew Nkrumah. And this is a very simple book. All we've done is to take the declassified documents of the Central Intelligence Agency of the CIA. Nothing added, just the declassified documents, and published it in a certain order which tells the story of the overthrow. And then we've had a few comments, commentary by historians, politicians, and intelligence personnel. And we put it together as The Great Deception. Now this year we are launching that book to mark the Day of Shame in order to tell the true story by those who acted to overthrow Nkrumah. It's not our story. It's the story that the CIA itself is telling about how they overthrew Nkrumah. Now, the other interesting thing is that we are bringing here, a very prominent Marxist intellectual, originally Indian-born, but I think now lives in the West. And a lot of people would know him. His name is Professor Vijay Prashad, who is the executive director of Tricontinental Institute. And he's going to do the launch. And we selected him for very special reasons. He's articulate, he's a historian, he's actually a professor of history. And it's also somebody who has, resonance across the world. So Professor Vijay Prashant will be doing the launch of the book, of the 4th edition of the book. And then we've also asked Professor Ekuya Britum, who UCC, who is actually a member of the socialist movement, to do the book review. And then we have Dr. Yao Graham, who will be chairing the event. So this is a very special event. Third World Network will be chairing the event. So one, we hope to popularize the book, not just on the Ghanaian scene, but on the international scene. Two, we want the true story of the overthrow of Nkrumah to be told. Because all these childish allegations that he ran down the economy, was a dictator, and so on, they are debunked by the CIA's own documents. And so, part of the book has to deal with the revelations which were made by Jack Mahoney in his book, JFK Ordeal in Africa. And you remember that Jack Mahoney was the U.S. ambassador in Ghana, who actively participated in engineering the coup. And so on. So his account is published as commentary, And then I think that there's a portion of it which is authored by John Stockwell. And John Stockwell is a famous CIA agent, who defected. And his side of the story is also very interesting. And then the actual declassified documents, including State Department documents, it's mind-blowing.
So, what do you say to those who hold a view, and I'm sure you've heard that many times, that look, they ask the question, what's the relevance of this? We have moved on. What will this do for us? What will this do to us? We have issues that confront us. We have things to think about. Nkrumah is dead, he's gone, whatever has happened has happened. Why do we keep going back to this? What's the relevance? I'm sure you've heard that many times.
So many times. And the first point I'd like to make is that people are entitled to their views. However, history has relevance. Look, we are still confronted with the problems that Nkrumah confronted when he assumed office, on 6 March 1957. We're still confronted with the problem. Indeed, our current president, on assumption of office, described the economy he was inheriting as the Goggisberg economy. You understand? So we have a challenge as to how to move out of this quagmire and build a better future, for our people and so on. Now, it's important to note that the efforts to build a better future and so on will be sabotaged in much the same way that the Nkrumah government was sabotaged. So these lessons will serve as a guide on how to proceed in the construction of a new society and so on. There's a part of this book which is interesting. And it's a cable which was sent to his government from Accra by the then British High Commissioner, A.W. Snelling. And A.W. Snelling's justification for the coup was simply that Nkrumah was making the African too politically conscious, and that if they did not get rid of him, British interest in Ghana would suffer. This is their justification. You understand? This is their clear justification written in black and white. This cable was dispatched to the Commonwealth and Foreign Office, I think on 21st September, which is interesting, 1961. Justifying the overthrow of Nkrumah in clear black and white, But Randy, I promised you one thing. I will give you my copy of the book.
Okay.
You may not have to buy one because I give you my own copy of the book. In fact, the first edition.
Please autograph it.
Oh, I'm not.
No,
I'll get Vijay Prashant to autograph it for you.
I want you to also do it. I want you to also do it.
Than me. So this is what is going to happen on the 24th.
So it's 24th, which will be a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
And the venue is?
The headquarters of the Socialist Movement of Ghana, which is on the George Walker Bush Highway. In fact, next door to Noga Hill Hotel.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You know, I was thinking about your office.
Oh, that's my 2x4 office.
Also, it's by Noga Hill.
No, just
so that's the highway.
Next door to Noga Hill.
That's where the Socialist Movement Ghana office is.
That's where we are.
So it's happening there on Saturday, the 24th of February. Time?
4 p.m.
4 p.m.
But Randy, you know, we normally don't do things on Saturday in Ghana. Because people don't patronize activities which are organized on Saturday that much. But this one we think is a special event. No matter what day we do it on, you know, there'll be a flood of people. So we expect everybody. I've already spoken to Ojam.
Okay.
And Ojam promises that he'll be there.
Okay, for those who do not know who Ojam is, that's Abdul Malik Kwekubako. I see. He was at the demonstration the last time.
Yes, I was really surprised. I mean, the Palestine Solidarity demonstration, you know, he had indicated that he was going to show up, you know, and he did show up. And he did not just show up, he actually walked with us all the way from Kwame Nkrumah Circle to the Hearts Park. I didn't know that he had that stamina. And I thought he had run out of stamina, but he did fantastically well.
Well, just to also inform our viewers who have missed Kwekubako, he's coming back pretty soon. And
yeah, but have you heard his reasons for coming back?
His reasons? Oh, okay. So in his interaction with me, I mean, I think that he's partly gone far with his book, and then some of the domestic challenges he had, he's sorted them up to a bit. So he'll be able to do a minimum of 2 times a month.
I heard him say that the season calls for it.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah, actually, publicly.
He didn't tell me that.
Well, I heard him say that the season calls for it.
Oh, the election season?
Yes.
Oh, I see, okay.
And I said, wow.
Okay, that's not what he told me, so, okay. So that's fine.
But we'll be very happy to have him.
Yes, so he's coming back.
Everybody at our headquarters.
Yes.
For the launch of this book by this extraordinary personality. Vijay Prashant is certainly an extraordinary personality.
All right. But you've done, I'm sure you've done about 30 vows days.
Actually, well, I think I have my own views on that.
I'm sure
if
you quantify how much you've spent on vows days since you started, I'm sure you could have maybe built a house.
Well, actually, I don't think I've been that big on it.
Oh, really?
I think over the period, actually, I've sort of held some very indifferent views on it. I mean, it's what it is. I mean, if you feel that there are certain people in your life that you want to celebrate with, well, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that in certain instances, it's gone over the top, and then it puts a lot of pressure on people, which is unnecessary. I mean, in other parts of the world, they will pass without even noticing, you know. But I think over here, it becomes such a big deal.
Have you ever driven around Makola on Vows Day?
I won't try that.
Right. Horrid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
the traders and everybody.
I feel that maybe
they chop it well.
So it's one of those things that I'm quite indifferent about. I'm not big on that. Just a quick one on what.
Yes.
I actually have a certain admiration for if you like, the socialists, or even on a global landscape where there's a certain tenacity and also a passion to push what they feel that is the right things in terms of ideology and their positions on national.
Who says I should tell you that the season is an additional reason?
So the reasons you gave are correct?
Yes. Oh, okay. The season is an additional reason.
Jam.
Yeah, so anything to do with our history, for me, I think is important that we take cognizance of, and then we use it as a basis to probably not make the same mistakes in the past. You know, I'm a student of history to a certain degree, and my challenge is that it's almost as if that depending on who is doing what and what orientation or even the motivation at the time, you realize that there will be slight variations of accounts and all of those things, right? And I think I also come from the school of thought where I feel that it will come to a point where we would have to probably heal these wounds, right? Once and for all, and then use it as a lesson, a basis to chart a path for the future of this country and even the continent at large. You know, one of the things that is interesting as well is that, you know, this concept of, I mean, if you like, ideologies and all of those things, at the time when Nkrumah was overthrown, the Cold War probably was at its very pinnacle, I mean, the heights of the Cold War, where, if you like, the Western elements were of the view that Nkrumah was skewing towards or gravitating towards the East and all of those things. I mean, that does not justify anything. But, you know, you can't have that conversation without also looking at the circumstances at the time and reasons that were probably adduced for making some of these decisions. But even as a country, Ghana, I think that it's about time that we, you know, identify some of these things and make sure that, I mean, these things don't happen again. Because even when it comes to things like coup d'etats and overthrowing governments and all of this, it doesn't matter how much you justify that. I think that the verdict is out there that it's always made us retrogress. You know what I'm saying? Because and it's a good thing that in this day and age, we've all agree that there has to be a system of actually governance, and that if you're unhappy with the government or you feel that it's not going towards the right trajectory, you wait till the end of that term, and then you go to the polling stations and you make a decision. And I feel that all of these things would actually enrich our democracy. I mean, I wish them well. I mean, if I have a book, I'll read it. I mean, you know, maybe we are not as old as Uncle Kwesi and co, but I mean, I grew up reading F.K. Bois and the Dubois and all of those things. And even if you take an A-level history textbook that's written by Dubois, and you read one that is being written by F.K. Bois, and read one that is written by Professor Adufeni, you realize that even though they're actually talking about the same things, you see that there are actually slight variations in terms of accounts and all of those things. You know, so I feel that, yes, it's important that we bring some of these things to the fore, and it becomes a lesson for all of us that as a continent, our destiny is actually in our own hands. It doesn't matter what you say, but of course, other interests, other countries would actually look at their own interests before they actually think about us. But I mean, it's a good thing that we're still remembering some of these things.
So I was asking, yes, Kwesi.
First of all, I'd like to thank my brother Eric for making a Methuselah out of me.
That was not intentional.
But that's fine. I mean, I completely agree with him that this country needs to do a lot of healing, real healing. I mean, anybody who is familiar with our history would understand for the need for a healing process, you know, a healing process which allows us all to look at things from a very objective and pragmatic angle. And I'm in full agreement with you. I've had many privileges in my short life. And one of the privileges I had was to interview A.K. Deku, a member of the National Liberation Council. Actually, 2 weeks to his death, you know, I interviewed him. And the revelations that were contained in that interview were mind-boggling. You know, everybody has assumed that the 1962 school was plotted by Afrifa and Kotoka with the help of the CIA. In this interview, A.K. Deku actually reveals that the mastermind of the coup is somebody nobody had heard of before. It's called Major Kwashi. Who was not even an infantryman. He was not in the Air Force. He was not in the Navy. Major Kwashi was working at 37 Military Hospital. And he was the mastermind. You understand? And in fact, all the meetings had been held in his house. All the conspiratorial meetings leading to overthrow had been held in his house in the 37 Military Hospital. It was mind-blowing, revelation. But what killed me totally was the declaration by Mr. A.K. Deku that Nkrumah was the best president Ghana has had. The man who took part in the 1966 coup became a member of the junta, the military coup, police junta, actually admitted that Nkrumah was the best president Ghana has ever had. So I asked him, why did you then participate in his overthrow? And he said, look, when he got involved, things had advanced so much that he knew that if he opted out, he'd be killed. So he stayed in, took part in the coup, became a member of the ruling junta just to preserve his life. I mean, interesting revelation. Maybe this week we should play that interview again.
Right.
I'll look for it and then we'll play it again. But very revealing interview.
Is it the one you did on TV3?
Yes, I did it for TV3.
Yeah.
I did it for Hot Issues.
Yes.
And it's a classic interview. And this is not to praise myself. I'm not praising the interview. I'm praising the person who was interviewed.
So Randy, I think that I've shared this before. Like my dad is Achim, right?
Yes.
And then what I mean by
Yes.
that. And growing up, maybe as a 10-year-old or 11-year-old, if you hear some of the stories, and these are their own accounts. I mean, there's absolutely no way of actually corroborating whatever it is that they say. You would grow up from that home having a certain, if you like, negative perception about Nkrumah and the left. You understand what I'm saying? Because these are accounts where they are very stark accounts. And then you become, let's say, a student, you start reading these things and they're actually teaching you these things. And you're actually almost conflicted because the things that you're reading is totally different from like maybe first-hand accounts of what like my dad and his brothers or whatever were actually talking about and all of those things, right? But of course, once you become an adult and you get to a certain point, you start making up your own decisions and make up your mind on certain things. And that's why I feel that it's very important that we have these conversations and sort of move away from that. I mean, even in recent times, you can have conversation around a couple of coup d'etats that's happened in terms of the revolution, the PNDC, and all of those things. And people have so many different accounts of these things, right? But it's also important that we move on from there so that we don't actually start opening up old wounds and everything. Recently, just about a week ago, the final funeral rites of J.B. Dankwa happened in Chebi. Are you aware of that? After 58 or so. Yes, and the reason being that traditionally there has to be a chief installed in his stead because he was actually a chief. You know what I'm saying? Before his final funeral rites can be done. And for 58 years, it was just about a few months ago that my brother Wagus was actually made the chief. That was the
Wagus has been a chief for years.
J.B. Dankwa's chieftaincy, I mean, what the position that he actually held. You know what I'm saying? And all of these things, when you go back, you remember I was having a chat with one of my senior cousins and account of when JB died in Sawam prison. The guards, the prison guards actually put his body in a bag and threw it outside of the gates of the prisons for them to actually pick him up. And at the time, the PDA actually suggested that if you die in prison within 24 hours, you should be buried. You understand what I'm saying? So if you have these accounts and you have people who are still holding on to some of these things, and then you have persons who feel that maybe Nkrumah was treated in a certain way and was untoward and was not justified, and then you have two people holding very intransigent positions, then we will never make any progress, right? So I believe strongly that it's gotten to a point where some of these things, of course, has to be spoken about. And then we can move on and say that never again should this thing happen in this country. And that's why I'm happy, regardless of all the shortfalls of our current democracy and the challenges that people have with it. I'm happy that as a people, we are convinced that that's the best way for us to govern ourselves, so that it doesn't degenerate in some of these things that then takes generations. People are still hurt by some of these things. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel that it's about time that we move on. I would love to see a day where there's actually a joint, some kind of event to commemorate some of these historic dates.
Unfortunately, we appear to have missed a big opportunity. You understand? This should have been the best time. Because you have a president who now leads the Dankwa Busia inheritance, who was very, very, very active in the Convention People's Party until February 24, 1966. Nobody in our history has been better placed to reconcile this nation than President Akufo-Addo. Unfortunately, and very, very unfortunately, he has failed in this exercise. He's the best placed person in our history to have united this country. Unfortunately, he has failed so bitterly.
Anyway, so today is the birthday of somebody who really lived through this moment and understands this moment, and he's also played his role as a top-notch professional. In fact, an engineer of repute, international repute, and he's 90 years old today. He's still fit. He still goes about his duties and everything so very well. Very, very affable old man. He's really paid his dues. He's done extremely well, like I said, especially in the field of engineering. And I'm speaking about engineer Kweku Chumbuafo. Today is his 90th birthday, Chumbuafo and Partners. That's the father of Kojo Chumbuafo, the former CEO of the Free Zones Authority. So today is the 90th birthday of engineer Kweku Chumbuafo. And on behalf of the team and of course all his children and his wife, would like to wish him a happy 90th birthday. Happy 90th.
What a birthday.
Yeah, 90th.
Well, no, it's not about the 90th.
Yes.
I mean, it's about being born on the day of love.
Oh, yeah, 14th of February. Yeah, that didn't even cross my mind.
Day of love.
Yes. So 90th birthday to you, engineer Kweku Chumbuafo. I wonder why Annie's not put his picture up on the screen. I'm sure that perhaps we'll do that after the break. When we return, Eric will tell us whether his designation is changing or not, because others are changing. We'll be back shortly.
MTN.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ambedu.
Good afternoon, Mr. Asare.
How is business doing?
My business is collapsing.
Why is your business collapsing?
I sold my products and services to my clients on credit, and my debtors are not paying their debts.
Have you heard of Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company operating in all the 16 regions of Ghana?
Not at all.
Mr. Ambedu, all you need to do is to contact them on their customer service line. I recommend Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company to financial institutions, businessmen and businesswomen, other companies, and also individuals. Rosic Consult has 98.4% debt recovery rate. We have professional debt recovery managers. You are assured of swift debt recovery. No recovery, no commission. For Rosic Consult Limited, no more write-offs. And we pre-finance the recovery ourselves.
Hello, my friends. My name is Calcate Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kelkits. Happy smile.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say. But as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
To help meet your business and private printing needs successfully, we have just the right products and services. At Appointed Time Printing Limited, we specialize in digital printing, offset printing, packaging and security printing. Our innovative designs and complete professional touch on our print products such as posters, flyers, brochures, magazines, poll cards and any other print solution of your choice ensure that our customers are always happily connected to their audience. With our security printing section, our clients are assured of a highly secured and confidential work process from start to finish. At Appointed Time, our prices are very competitive. Locate us at the old GNTC building near Swansea Shopping Arcade, Accra. Contact us on 0501 454165, 0501 454167. Appointed Time Printing Limited. Our printing is the solution.
Star Assurance, your solid partner.
We are back bringing you the latest lineup from Betway. Betway starts strong with their front 2 with Free Play Friday and Swipe Bet. In the middle, you've got all the control with Cash Out and Build a Bet. Plus, with Win Boost, you can boost your sports bets. At the back, they have Smart Picks and the Partial Daily Jackpot.
You always get way more with Betway.
As you can see.
This advert has been vetted and approved by
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. Still with me on the show, I have Kwesi Pratt Jr. and Erica Mwaku Chum. But what does wealth mean to you? Do you want to live like a tycoon? Remember, I was got the Mola, got the power. Ghana's newest lottery game draws live on Adom TV at 9 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. daily. Now pick up your phones, tablets, and computers and download the Game Park Games app on Play Store. You can also play on their website at www.gameparkgames.com. or by dialing *946# on all networks. Just choose 4 numbers from 0 to 9 It's easy to play and easy to win. Charlie, make we play this game and make some moolah. Nobody beats our alt in Ghana. Game Pack Games, more moolah, more power. This game is regulated by the National Lottery Authority and is not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Ayasoko, Dakosombo dam be big, but Betway's cash out be bigger. Betway is giving you more control of every thrilling bet you place. Enjoy the biggest and most reliable cash out in Ghana on Betway without any hassle. Sign up today at betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Not for persons under 18. This is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Betway gets way more. And charcoal has essential medicinal properties that help remove toxins from our bodies. The natural absorptive property of charcoal helps to remove the bacteria that produces bad breath in the mouth, hence giving you a fresh breath. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste has been formulated and produced under strict hygienic conditions with all the necessary production protocols and has been approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Constant use of Kel Charcoal Toothpaste gives you a good fresh breath, whiter teeth, reduces dental plaque, makes the gum healthy and strong, prevents cavity, upset stomach, hangover, and so on. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste is recommended for adults and children from 6 years. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for white teeth and fresh breath all day long. This is another quality product from Samara Company Limited. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, happy smile. And Kingdom Home Real Estate provides quality but affordable housing facilities for sale. And these facilities are located at the serene environment of Equapime Kropon and Abri with the best weather condition. They are 30 minutes drive from Accra and provide a modern touch of comfort. They also provide high standard security service plus CCTV, standby generators, constant water supply, and electricity. They are surrounded by lovely tourist sites such as the Bree Botanical Garden, Boti Falls, Safari Valley Resort, etc. All you need to do is to pay 70% upfront and spread the remaining 30% over a 2-year period with no interest payment. You can locate the Bree properties close to the Bree Girls School and the Kropon properties right after Latte Junction. You can reach them on 0559 761 144 or 0555 621 611. You can also check them out on their website at www.kingdomhomerealestate.com, or you can also check out their Facebook page. My brother,
Randy,
are you moving from government spokesperson? Is your designation changing?
Well,
because peoples are changing.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, but if it's what you just read, if it's imminent, I'm not sure that we have to wait for too long for that to be made official.
Well, the papers, some of the papers are. So I see the Ghanaian publisher, Freyatta Dambotre Derry Amwakwata out in long-awaited reshuffle. Interestingly, the Daily Statesman is silent. Okay, maybe they don't like one of them, one of the ones that are happening. Okay. Then I think the Daily Guide, Ministerial reshuffle of Freyatta Ajimamenu Ambrose Derry out. So that's about it. So basically, the 2 newspapers have carried this one, the Ghanaian Publisher and the Daily Guide, and they say that this is happening, it's imminent. Okay, and so that's why I asked you the question.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That if it's that imminent, then it means that we don't have to wait for too long.
When was the last time you went to the Jubilee House?
Well, I go there every day.
Every day. So have you been there the last 48 hours?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but I go there usually.
If you've not been there in the last 48 hours, then your designation is not changing.
It's not changing. But that's fine. I mean, I feel that if that is what the president wants to do, it's well within his rights to make those decisions. If that is true, we definitely wish those people who have been mentioned.
Okay.
But so, like I'm saying, you don't really want to take the wind out of the sail of the presidency.
So-
When this announcement comes up, I'm sure we'll all get to know. I mean, I've a bit, more experienced not to even comment on some of these things because in times past, you would see some of these things, being bandied around. And then when the final list comes out or decision is made, then you realize that certain people become disappointed because, until you see anything that is actually written and signed on a green paper, as far as I'm concerned, we treat that as speculation. Until that declaration is actually...
I hardly mentions I hardly refer to sources, not to mention the source. But I'm going to tell you a few things. But before then, a former national chairman of the NPP, Freddie Blay, has described the impending reshuffle of ministers as coming in too late. According to him, if President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo had gone ahead to reshuffle his government 2 years ago, when the cause peaked, it would have gone a long way to make significant changes for the country. And speaking exclusively to starfm.com.gh, the former chairman of NPP said, quote, "It was 2 years or a year ago that he needed to do the reshuffle. If you recall, some members of the majority caucus in parliament insisted under some circumstances that there ought to be some changes. But the president requested for one minister to conclude IMF negotiations before he could do that. The circumstances might not be the same today and people may have a change of opinion. But to me, it's getting a bit too late to effect any meaningful changes in terms of a reshuffle of the government. He, however, considered that it is the prerogative of the president to reshuffle his ministers or not." And so that's the view of Fred Blay. I don't know if you both share that view.
Well, I think that he's entitled to his view, but I also beg to differ. You see, when it comes to these things, sometimes it's just about even the energy and then the morale that it actually brings about. And you don't need 5 years, 2 years, 3 years to effect meaningful change. There are people who go into certain places where their policy positions and direction, even leadership alone, would become a legacy for that particular institution or agency or even ministry that they're going into. And again, it's always the prerogative of the president, right? And sometimes I feel that there's a little bit of, if you like, grandstanding when it comes to these conversations. Because at the end of the day, we have a constitution that actually stipulates clearly that it's the sole preserve of the president to make these decisions. And how would you also take it that when people decide to go on national platforms or various platforms asking for specific things to be done, and it's almost as willy-nilly the president follows those calls. And I don't think that is the right kind of leadership that we want in this country. These are decisions that any leader would have to live and die by, these decisions, right? It behoves on us, even as a political party, to support these decisions that the president makes. And then also, even as a country, once somebody has been designated to play a particular role, which is of a national perspective, then you give them the support that they require to engender the change or the development that we require. And so for me, I feel that it can never be too late. We have an opportunity to inject, if like, new energy, new perspectives, and different orientations to some of these things. And you never know how this will impact on some of these institutions if actually it turns out that is the case. And so, yes, people will make the call, but it's the sole preserve of the president. I believe that over a period, of course, certain things have happened where we've gone through presidential primaries, we've gone through parliamentary primaries. Some of these individuals have expressed interest not to continue. There's a need to inject new blood and spirit into the whole thing. I don't see anything wrong with that. Once the decision is made, I'm sure that we'll all support that and engender the development that we want. Because you see, in one breath, he's going to do a reshuffle. In another breath, if he wants to do a reshuffle, now we are basically debating about the timing and all that. Because he has almost like
also of the essence.
But he has a certain bird's eye view. You understand? That's the reason why that decision is his sole preserve, and he can decide that, as far as I'm concerned, based on the KPIs that I've given to this individual, he's doing what I expect him to do. But I'm happy with his stewardship.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Eric, at the end of the day, Eric, whatever the president does, the feedback to what he does is from the people.
I agree.
It is also reflected in the performance of the government, sector by sector and all that.
Randy, you've been around for a long time. Yes. You know that whether we like it or not, there's a lot of, if you like, lobbying and interest and everything. You understand what I'm saying? So even when you're asking for a reshuffle, for example, what you're actually doing is that you're actually leaving room for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people looking for the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes, if you're not careful, regardless of how you feel that is going to be important or impact your governance, if you're not careful, it actually becomes a distraction, right? So when the president makes that firm decision at this point, at this stage in point, I'm going to make that decision. He makes it, and it's decisive. Not to leave room for the fact that, I want to go and speak through this person, or lobby, or do certain things that would actually eventually be seeking to undermine the very government that you want to be part of. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, I feel that in most of these cases, you have to give the president the benefit of the doubt. And these are decisions that he would leave and basically die by. And of course, he can justify why he decided to maintain this person or remove this person or even move them to a different portfolio. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, yes, people have made a call. There were certain instances, the dynamics have changed. As far as you're concerned, even within our own internal processes, it's always important that you do not create chaos within that internal space.
So now, until the announcement comes, we've seen some speculation. I'm also going to tell you what I have picked up. And there could be some additional information to what you have read somewhere, or maybe some slight changes. So in terms of those going out, you have the Minister for Roads and Highways going out. You have the Minister for Tourism going out. You have a Minister for Health going out. You have a Minister of Finance going out. You have, and then this might be unrelated to the executive, but it is related. I'll explain that. You have the Minister for Parliamentary Affairs and Majority Leader going out. And you have Minister for Local Government going out. You have Minister for Gender going out. Okay. Now, in terms of those who are coming in, there are a few who are ministers already. So it's more of, that would be like a reshuffle, so more of them. So you have the Minister for Works and Housing, that's Essential, moving to Roads and Highways from Works and Housing. And then you have Kojo Nkrumah moving from Information to Works and Housing. And then you have some elevation. So Martin Ajay Mensah to become Substantive Local Government Minister. You have Ejapa Mesa from Deputy Energy to Tourism as Minister. And then you have Amin Anta, who's Minister of State. What I'm not too sure about is whether he will be elevated to full minister or he will still be Minister of State in charge of a Ministry of Finance. That I'm not too clear about. But I'm sure that the communication to the Speaker will clarify that. Then you also have Dokwa Newman, the MP, going to Gender. Okay. And then you would have Ambrose Derry, who was Interior. He will still be a Minister of State. I'm sure this is on the special duties. Okay. So that's also going to come. Now, I told you about parliamentary affairs. It appears that there will no longer be an executive position like that. But the Honorable Afenyo Makin will be nominated as majority leader. And there's some different work for the current majority leader in terms of campaign and policy. Okay. And for the finance minister, the current finance minister, my sources indicate that he would be senior presidential advisor on financial and economic matters. So this is what I have picked up. So Henry Quarter is going to Interior asked to replace Ambrose Derry, who will be Minister of State Special Duties. Okay. So this is what I have picked up.
All right.
Crazy.
Well, first of all, I do not want to treat this as the usual speculative reporting.
Yes.
You know, from everything that we are hearing, there appears to be some substance to what is published in the newspapers. You understand? So, again, from where I sit and what we are hearing, it does appear that maybe today, maybe in the next few days, some announcement will be made. Now, I agree fully with former Chairman Wasma Oblay that this reshuffle is too late. I mean, we have 10 months to an election and 10 months to the possibility of a change in government.
In fact, 9 months to an election.
Yeah, and 10 months to the possibility of a change in government. These reshuffles cannot do much, you know. And before the newly appointed ministers even get to know the terrain within which they'll be operating, 6 months will be passed. You understand? We are not so sure how long vetting is going to take, and so on. You can drag. And also, this reshuffle would not make as much meaning as it could have if it had happened much, much earlier. Now, in some instances, I don't expect any change at all. For example, if you take the area of finance and the economy, I'm not expecting any change at all. What has happened is that, and based on what has been published and what we are hearing, what would happen is that Mr. Kedufuriata is not being removed at all. He's being elevated.
He's no longer the minister.
Yeah, but he's being elevated.
He will no longer be the minister.
He will no longer be the minister, but if the speculation is right, he's going to be the senior presidential advisor on finance and the economy. Every Minister of Finance will work under him. He's still in charge of the Ministry of Finance.
Well, but the relevant laws put the power and the authority in the minister responsible for finance and not the advisor.
No.
Yes.
He will be exercising directly the influence and power of the president over the minister. He talks to the president. He's the advisor to the president. You understand? Which minister can override the president? And he comes with the full authority of the president. So that's no significant change. Indeed, it is a reinforcement of his position as the man who oversees, you know, finance and the economy. You know, so I think that is very, very clear. And as you speculated, if Amin Anta is left at the ministry as just a minister of state, Kedufuriata even becomes even more powerful, you know, very, very powerful and so on. So we wait to hear the full announcement, and when the full announcement does come, we will then be in a position to critically, you know, analyze it. Mr. Danbotri has been an extraordinary politician for a very long time, you understand? And he played prominent roles in the New Patriotic Party, even in the days of the Darochas and so on. And his shift to the Ministry of Local Government was significant. I think it was based on his experience in the field and so on. Now that he's being removed, I don't know what role he's going to play. Maybe he's being removed so that he can play a keener role in the elections.
That's what I'm picking up.
Okay. But even then, I mean, you can be as skillful as anything, you know.
You know, he's also one of the people who is
it's not going back to
is
Parliament.
high on the agenda as a running mate to Alhaji Bawumia.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if my good old friend will listen to me, and I know that not many of my friends listen to me these days, you know, if I were him, I would decline that.
Decline what?
The running mate to Alhaji Bawumia.
Hey.
If I were Dambotri, I would decline that.
Not Dambotri.
Who?
I thought you were speaking about Sir Chairman Sabonso. Not
No,
Dambotri.
no, I'm talking about Dambotri.
Oh, no.
I mean, Dambotri is...
No. He's not the...
Oh, okay. That's
I thought you were speaking about Sir Chairman Sabonso.
No, Sir Chairman can opt for it. But Dambotri...
No, he's not one of the people...
But even if he were, he should decline it. I mean, he's more worthy than that, you understand? And...
I think that from the two people from the Eastern region whose names have come up, as far as running mate thing is concerned, are Nana Akomia and Brian Achampong.
Yeah, I've heard about Nana Akomia too. And he's very cagey about it, you know, and even though I don't think that he would decline if he was offered, he's very cagey about it.
Curious to say that somebody is more worthy than a vice presidential slot. I mean, I don't understand that. Can you explain? Because I mean, if somebody is given an opportunity to say,
all he's saying is that Dambotri is bigger than a driver's mate. That's what he's saying.
Oh no, I disagree.
Oh, you think he's qualified?
No, that's his.
He's qualified to be anything. But if you qualify to be a minister, you accept a position as a minister of state. Why would you think that a vice presidential slot is beneath you? Well, I mean, that's my view. I mean, and I've never really understood that argument where people feel that, you understand, if you're ready to serve as a minister and you are given an opportunity as a running mate and you say that that is beneath you, there must be something illogical about it. That's my view. I mean, that's my view.
I've had the privilege of working with somebody like Dambotri over a very long period of time. Indeed, our relationship, political working relationship, even deepened around 1991. And I can tell you on authority that over the years, he's built a certain reputation for himself and so on. I think that reputation will be harmed substantially if he accepts this position. And it's different from, you know, a ministerial position. I think it will be harmed. Dambotri is known for somebody who speaks his mind, who acts on the basis of principle and so on. I don't see how he can continue to keep that image if he accepted this. I just don't see how. And I would not, if he sought my advise him to take this position. You know. But Randy, I mean, talking about vice presidential candidates and so on, you know that your friend, in fact, our friend, Pablo Japon is also being mentioned as a likely candidate. And again, to say the truth, the first time I heard it, I was completely shocked. You know, and you know why I was shocked? I mean, if you listen to him on the presidential campaign trail, the things he said about the government, his vision for the future and so on, does not fit into him becoming vice presidential candidate. But hey, everybody have their plan, and they only know how their plans can be actualized. But that's up to them.
All right. Yes, go on.
The other interesting thing about this ministerial reshuffle is that, again, one of our friends is being mentioned as a possible replacement for the Minister of Health, Okoboy.
Yes.
Dr. Okoboy. Interesting in many ways. I mean, he actually acted as chief executive of Kolebu for some time.
Board chairman.
For Kolebu for some time. The reports that I had, and I'm sure that all of you had, was that his performance was sterling.
Yes.
You know, sterling performance. And then he was moved also to the health insurance, National Health Insurance.
Before then, the task force.
Yeah. And with National Health Insurance, I think he's been very quiet.
Yes.
Very quiet. He's not been in any controversy and so on. I don't know what he can do in 9 months, because the health sector is a really problematic sector. But, well, maybe his tactics has paid off, and he has some very real, interesting tactics. Maybe those tactics have paid off, and so I wish him well. I mean, he's a friend. I wish him well. I'm sure that if he's listening, he himself will understand the tactics that I'm talking about. And I see Randy laughing all the way because Randy knows what I'm talking about.
I'm sure he's having a good laugh.
Yeah, but you are revealing everything.
I'm sure he's having a good laugh himself.
Because anybody who understands that would know, what I'm talking about. But I wish him well. I really wish him well. And perhaps if there was enough time and he could repeat what he did at Kolebu, perhaps, we would see some changes in the health sector.
So I've just had some, the Honorable Amin Antes one I spoke about, he's Minister of State. Okay, so he will be made a substantive minister.
Yeah, but still substantive minister with serious limitations.
Why?
Well, there will still be Ken Ofori-Atta as senior presidential advisor on finance and the economy.
He's not a finance minister.
Yeah, but you mean he will stand up?
All the acts and everything empowers the minister.
Yeah, the minister doesn't have more power than the president.
Oh, yes.
Yes. That's clear.
He acts on behalf of the president.
Yes. And I don't see how he is going to stand up against Ken Ofori-Atta. It won't happen. It won't happen. You understand?
Okay.
It won't happen. Ken Ofori-Atta will still be in charge of finance and the economy. Clear as daylight. In fact, now, Ken Ofori-Atta's position is almost the equivalent of the position that Mr. Osafo Mafu holds.
No, he was. Okay, so Mr. Osafo Mafu was senior minister.
Yes.
Then he became senior presidential advisor. He's currently senior presidential advisor.
Yeah, almost the equivalent.
So he has a colleague now.
Yeah,
He has a colleague.
I mean, Osafo Mafu was the primus inter pares.
When he was senior minister.
But even now.
He's no longer a minister. He's just
senior presidential advisor.
But he's not a minister.
The senior presidential advisor actually carries the weight, authority, and influence of the president.
But
those things are really, for me, I think that they are superficial. It depends on the kind of leadership that this thing brings. I believe that
there are many ways of massaging egos.
If the decision is made,
right? If the majority of parliamentarians, and I want to believe that a large proportion of the Ghanaian population has been wanting Ken Ofori-Atta out, and we still find the need to massage his ego, then he's huge.
Oh yes.
Then he's really huge. And cannot be taken for granted.
But I'm a bit uncomfortable with this assertion. I honestly feel that maybe it's important that we wait for the announcement. But issues to do with who is an advisor and who wields influence and all of those things are things that definitely, even in any political system, will play out. You know what I'm saying? So for me, really, I don't put too much premium on some of these things. It can be pure speculation. What if it doesn't even happen? You understand what I'm saying? If it happens, yes, then maybe next week when we come, you have an opportunity to interrogate that. And then we can give them a few months as well to even ascertain well and truly if they're making any impact as well. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not one of those people who would have like a pessimistic overview of some of these things, right? Because, like I said,
I'm told that the new position for Ken is highly influenced by the IMF agreement, the fact that there ought to be continuous engagement.
No, but you see, Randy, sometimes I think that we belabor some of these conversations. Are you saying that even if there are certain individuals who will absolutely have no position at all, and if depending on their relationship with whoever, would also be able to wield influence? You understand? You don't necessarily have to give a title to an individual for them to wield influence. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I mean there are certain nuances,
like the Prime Minister.
Yeah, there are certain nuances and intricacies when it comes to governance that I mean I'm sure that we're all aware of. I mean, so for me, yes, let's make those changes. Let these people go into these new portfolios and deliver. Let's give ourselves maybe. I mean, it will be too early in the day to try and do an evaluation, but within a few months, you can tell some of these are going to be visible, tangible things that you can feel and touch and say, okay, this person went to the Ministry of Health, they had this perennial challenge over the period, he's been able to fix it, or he's found a new antidote to some of these challenges. Then the same conversation around finance, the same conversation around the other areas that are being speculated. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, I have confidence that some level of due diligence have been done. The president knows exactly what he wants to do, how he wants to govern this country in the last 9 months or so, and create a positive narration for us as a political party to continue post-2024. And for me, sometimes it beats my imagination why people will feel that inherently we will do things to actually, I mean, hamper our chances or hurt our chances to be able to go and tell the Ghanaian people that we are the best stewards of this country and give us another opportunity. I don't believe that we will do that to ourselves. That would be suicidal. You understand what I'm saying? So we want to ensure that whatever it is that has happened, that's not to mean that the people who are being removed or being replaced haven't done well. But at every point in time, it's important that you probably inject new energy, some dynamism, a new perspective into some of these things. And so me, I don't read into because even with all of these appointments, there are probably hundreds of people in the back who probably would have been better or even would have done a better job, or who are even best qualified to do that. They haven't got the opportunity. At a certain point in time, new opportunities will come. You understand? Not every single person will have an opportunity to be appointed in a government, but I'm sure that opportunities will emerge as we go forward. You know, so I don't see it.
For somebody who actually confesses to being at the Flagstaff House every day, I suspect, I strongly suspect, that Eric is not telling us all.
What do you mean?
Yeah, because you ought to know more than you pretend to know. You understand? So I think that Eric is not telling us all. Now, listen, this is not the time to wait to do analysis. All the people we are talking about are not going to drop from outer space tomorrow morning. There are people who have been working over the last more than 7 years. We know that. We know what they've done at various ministries. We know what they've done outside ministries and so on. This information that we know forms a basis for analysis. And there's nothing wrong with analyzing what is likely to happen, what is not likely to happen, and so on. It's all part of the territory. You understand? I think we're entitled to do this.
Yeah, but that would be only speculative until it's a fact that he has.
And who says that in analysis speculation is discounted? It's not discounted.
Yeah, but until the point where there's other evidence that suggests that this person has done A, B, C.
What would you
then
your speculation now probably falls.
It is not speculation that Kenneth Ofori-Atta has been minister for the last 7 years. It is not speculation. It is not speculation that during his tenure, both minority and majority members of parliament decided that he was no good and has to go home.
Yeah, but that's part of the politics. The same person.
Can I finish?
Okay.
It is not speculation that the president was reluctant to get rid of him. It is not speculation that the president promised that after the IMF World Bank deal, he would show him the exit. And it is not speculation that if he becomes the presidential advisor, senior presidential advisor on finance and the economy, he will still be playing a key role in the management of the economy. There's no speculation at all about this. Facts.
Kwesi,
an analysis of facts.
What would you say to an announcement sometime next week of Dan Botwe as a campaign manager?
Of Bawumia?
Yes.
Wow. I will be surprised.
Hmm?
I'll be surprised.
You will be surprised?
Very, very surprised and shocked.
Why?
Because the Dan Botwe that I know would not fit into that role for now.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, what is Dan Botwe going to say? If he became the campaign manager of Bawumia, what is he going to say? How is he going to organize the campaign? And be true to his conscience? Maybe the Dan Botwe I know is not the Dan Botwe who is moving from the Ministry of Local Government. But if it's the same Dan Botwe who places a lot of value on his reputation, who places a lot of value on his integrity and so on, I would be surprised. I honestly would be surprised. Look, he's one minister that I've had a great deal of respect for. And please, Dan, don't shock us.
Okay, so I can tell you that perhaps until he declines, he could be named the campaign manager next week.
Well, it's up to him to shock us.
It's something that is between him and Nana Akufo-Addo.
Him and Nana Akufo-Addo?
Yes.
But you know Nana Akufo-Addo is also in the running for vice presidential candidate.
That is if Dr. Bawumia decides to overlook Ashanti.
Whoa. But look, Dan, so many people have shocked us over these few years. Please do not add your shock. Don't add your shock. It will be so unkind of you to shock us in this moment when medical bills are so high. Yes, the medical bills are so high that we don't want shocks at this stage. And I think you should be kind to your friends.
Okay. All right. So I'm still checking if I'll find Eric somewhere. He's still not come on my radar.
No,
but I'm still checking.
If, as Eric says, he has not been to the Flagstaff House in the last
48 hours, yes.
So, then I don't think that he will be in the reckoning. But he's playing a key role in the Bawumia campaign. He's playing a very key role in the Bawumia campaign.
Yeah, maybe he's going to take up a role in the campaign.
He is already in the campaign.
No, maybe an official role.
Is your role unofficial?
Well, I'm part of the Bawumia campaign team. As far as I'm concerned, that is what's most important. Either my name is mentioned or not mentioned. I know the role that I play. And then my view...
Politicians can play modest.
Right? And my view is that I will do everything within my capacity to make sure that come 7th January 2025, Bawumia becomes president of this country. That's what's most important. As for your 15 minutes of fame and your name being mentioned, doesn't really matter because sometimes you actually it's about the kind of work. Really no, it doesn't. Honestly, for me, the amount of work that you put in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There are persons. I mean, I've been involved in campaigns for a while, with actually trying to be modest, and there are certain people that have never been mentioned as part of a campaign team. And they work more than the people whose name have been mentioned. You know what I'm saying? So there are a lot of considerations that go into that. I believe in the vision of Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia. I believe that that's what it takes. We need to take this country through a different trajectory. He has presented his vision. One of the things that I believe that has happened since he came on the scene in our body politics is that at least, even if you disagree with him, you know that he puts out his vision, he's able to articulate exactly what he's thinking, and you can disagree, you can even call him names and all of those things. But what it does is that it actually now elevates the discourse, and people can now, if you like, try to punch holes in the things that he says, or even prefer their own views and policy positions, right? And so for me, that's one of the things that, if for nothing at all, we would always remember Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for elevating our conversation. In times past, we've been following politics and this kind for a long time. In times past, people were standing on campaign platforms, rallies and everything and making certain pronouncements, and we can't even hold them to some of these things. And then when they get an opportunity to go for vetting or whatever, they'll come and say that it was just mere political talk. But when it comes to Dr. Bawumia, I mean, even if you don't like him, you know for a fact that when it comes to his views on policies, policy positions, and what he has preferred, and what he has contributed to our trajectory over the last few years, it's there for everybody to appreciate. You can decide that you don't like it, you can decide that you want a different perspective to the things that he says, or you even prefer another candidate. But I know for a fact that we have elevated the conversation, brought the discourse to a certain level, and given an opportunity for people to interrogate that. So even for me, my perspective that when anytime he speaks and there's...
Are you suggesting that until Dr. Bawumia came into a political space, we didn't discuss policies and issues?
We did. But what I'm saying is that he's brought it to a certain degree, a certain level. And now you can hold him to A, B, C, D that he said. And that brings us to talk about these conversations. In times past, we've done this for a while. In times past, people would... The only time you hear any policy conversation is when people are launching their manifestos and all of those things. He has brought a new angle to this conversation. And that what it does is that actually even forces the opposition or people who prefer civil society or even the media or whatever to try and punch holes or drill down to whatever he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that it's the way to go, because it doesn't matter. I even feel that we can do a lot more of that, whereby in the last few weeks, not just a week ago, on the post the Bawumia Speaks conversation, I was aghast. I was actually quite disgusted with some of the commentary where you have people who are members of parliament, senior political persons that I have a lot of respect for, and without even giving or even taking their time to interrogate the whatever he said, oh, it's nonsense. It's not making sense. It's useless. I was like, how did we even get here? Yeah, because if you're really going by best practice and where all that you have to do is also present an alternative to whatever it is that he said. But if you are saying
what you're saying, Dr. Bawumia goes to Parliament, goes to listen to State of the Nation address, and right after the address, right in Parliament House, he grants interviews. And he poo-poos the address.
Yeah, but he will never use the word that is useless or it doesn't make sense and all of this. No, but
he poo-poos the address. He does not go and write a document. And so I do not see why it is wrong for anybody after listening to an address express a view.
But your view should not be that disrespectful and even to the point where you are using words like it's useless and it doesn't make sense and all of this. I mean, how can you... Then
that a statement is useless, is insulting.
It is.
Okay.
But as far as I'm concerned, because then when you do that, what it means is that you're not presenting your view. All that you're saying is that you're 100% dismissive. However,
but describing a sitting president as incompetent is not insulting.
Randy, we can have that.
No, I'm asking you.
Yeah, you can have that banter.
No, you are saying that Eric, you're saying that describing a statement delivered by the vice president as useless is insulting. And I'm asking you, in the same vein, is describing a sitting president as incompetent insulting?
What's your view? What's your view on that?
No, I said you have made a statement.
Yeah, but the point
and your statement is to the effect that you're so disappointed that senior political figures and even members of parliament can describe an address by the vice president as
without preferring any
as useless,
alternative or even
as useless, and that you find it insulting. I'm asking you, do you find the description of a sitting president as incompetent as insulting?
No, Randy. If you use the word incompetent and you go ahead and say that, as far as I'm concerned, based on these indices, I would have done it A, B, C, D differently. I don't see it as insulting.
Okay.
But you can't call a sitting president as useless. And you never use the word useless. And that is my point.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is that if we have, you see, because at the end of the day, we want to elevate the conversation to the point where you can hold Eric Chum to A, B, C, D that you have said. So if I come and sit here and you say that, oh, everything that Eric said is useless, what it means is that you haven't even given yourself an opportunity to present something that I will listen to. But the moment you're a political opponent and you are now making those banal statements and saying that, oh, everything that I presented is useless, why would I even listen to you if you're actually making sense? So the first thing that I would say is that you're also not making any sense, and whatever it is that you're saying is useless. But you can't run a country based on the fact that the two major political parties, it doesn't matter what your inclination is, cannot contribute to a certain national conversation. You understand? Because now, in that same vein, the spare parts dealers think, oh, we like the fact that Bawumia is thinking about a flat rate tax for spare parts import. How is that useless?
Okay.
Do you understand? Or we like the fact that he says that, well, for him, he's going to do A, B, C, D, and he feels that once he does these things, there's going to be enough fiscal space so that there are certain taxes that he, as president, will not bring or would abolish. And he says that is useless. And these people are saying that we like that idea because as far as we're concerned, he's thinking about us. Or he has actually taken the time to have conversations with us and he understands exactly what it is that we are going through. If he says that he's going to set up a national sports development secretariat of some sort, right? How do you say that that is useless? Right, so you can now decide that, okay, if you're going to set up a national sports development secretariat, what have you done with the existing structure thus far? And so give me an indication that, well and truly, what you're saying are things that you're actually able to do. Then he'll tell you that under an Akufo-Addo administration, maybe we've set up 10 regional sports facilities across the country for youth development and all that. But then you can say that, oh, it is not enough, you should do A, B, C, D. And you will prefer your views as well. Then that is when you merge these conversations, then you are having proper political discourse. Otherwise, if I'm dismissive of every single thing that he says, every single thing that the other party says, what kind of conversation is that?
Yes.
I mean, no problem. You see, the commentary after Dr. Bawumia spoke has not just come from his detractors, NDC people and so on. Very, very prominent people in the New Patriotic Party have also spoken. And some of the commentary is interesting. One of those people who have spoken is actually Dr. Atta Kwabena Kennedy.
Oh, but I mean, Uncle Chrissy.
Are you going to dismiss him?
Oh, come on.
Is he not a member of your party? Was he not the campaign manager of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo? If you want to dismiss him, you can dismiss him. But
you can mention somebody else.
As for Atta Kennedy, it doesn't matter.
No, you can mention
somebody. Okay, but his comments are interesting still, Randy. On the 10th of February, he actually wrote his comments down. And they've been published widely. The last part of the comments, and I read. It appears that this Aplanke bull is another example of the brilliant Bawumia's penchant for putting cleverness before common sense. It does not comport with facts, makes him sound ungrateful, and feeds into the unfortunate perception of him as an ambitious man who would do or say anything to get elected. It does not serve him well. The mantle of the most consequential VIP in our history books, better than Aplanke. Let us cut the bull. Finally, I have a sneaky suspicion that this whole Aplanke narrative may be one more Machiavellian maneuver by the Chebi Mafia to hang on to power. Let Dr. Bawumia stop the... Oh, this word is too strong. Randy, it's too strong.
If it's too strong, skip it.
I will skip it. But it says, let Dr. Bawumia stop the ... and make his case for the presidency to Ghanaians. They will judge him fairly. Long live Ghana. Atta Kwabena Kennedy.
So
these comments are coming from everywhere.
So finally,
yes, sir.
The list has been confirmed. Let's see, finally, it's been confirmed.
Wow.
So let's see if I got it right or wrong. Okay. So this is from the Communications Directorate, Jubilee House, Accra, for immediate release. President Akufo-Addo makes changes to the executive, and it starts A, exit from office. The President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has relieved the following ministers and deputy ministers of their portfolios in government with immediate effect. Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta. Interior, Honorable Ambrose Derry, MP. Health, Honorable Kweku Agyeman-Menu, MP. Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Honorable Dr. Kweku Free, MP. Information, Honorable Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, MP. Roads and Highways, Honorable Kwesi Amoako-Atta, MP. Works and Housing, Honorable Francis Asensu Boakye, MP. Gender, Children and Social Protection, Honorable Lariba Abudu, MP. Local Government Decentralization and Rural Development, Honorable Damboche, MP. Sanitation and Water Resources, Honorable Freda Prempeh, MP. Tourism, Arts and Culture, Ibrahim Mohammed Awal. Greater Accra Region, Honorable Henry Quartey, MP. Oti Region, Mr. Joseph Makubu. Deputy Ministers. Information, Ms. Fatimatu Abubakar. Still on those who are out. Local Government Decentralization and Rural Development, Honorable Collins Ntima Boaji, MP. Honorable Martina J. Mensah Kosa, MP. Communications and Digitalization, Honorable Amapoma Boateng, MP. Health, Honorable Tina Mensah, MP. Honorable Mohamed Asay Seini, MP. Works and Housing, Honorable Abdullahi Abanga, MP. Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Benito Usubio, MP. Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, Honorable Moses Enim, MP. Energy, Honorable William Orekwedu, MP. Honorable Andrew Ejapa-Mensah, MP. Education, Honorable Gifty Chum Ampofu, MP. Employment and Labor Relations, Honorable Bright Reku Broby, MP. The President personally expressed his sincere appreciation directly to each of the ministers and deputy ministers who have exited government for their commitment, competence, dedication, and hard work in office, which helped in the realization of government's mandate to the Ghanaian people over the last 7 years, and wish each of them well in their future endeavors. New ministerial and deputy ministerial appointments. Following the reorganization of the government, President Akufo-Addo has submitted to Parliament for prior approval through the Speaker, Right Honorable Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin, the names of the following persons for appointment as ministers and deputy ministers of state in accordance with Article 78, 79, and 265 respectively of the Constitution. Health, Honorable Dr. Bernard Okoboy. Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Honorable Ophelia Mensah Hayford, MP. Information, Ms. Fatimatu Abubakar. Gender, Children and Social Protection, Honorable Daquan Newman, MP. Local Government Decentralization and Rural Development, Honorable Martina J. Mensah Kosa. Sanitation and Water Resources, Honorable Lydia Seriam Al-Hassan. Tourism, Arts and Culture, Honorable Andrew Ejapa-Mensah, MP. Greater Accra Region, Honorable Titus Glover. Oti Region, yes.
Titus?
Yes.
Our Titus?
Yes, yes.
Whoa.
Oti Region, Mr. Daniel Machato. Deputy Ministers of State Designate. Information, Honorable Sylvester Tete, MP. Local Government Decentralization and Rural Development, Honorable Vincent Ekoasifua, MP. Communications and Digitalization, Honorable Charles Achampong, MP. Health, Honorable Adelaide Team, MP. Honorable Alexander Kwesi Akwa, MP. Works and Housing, Honorable Dr. Prince Ami Duama.
Akwa.
Yes, Peace FM.
Peace FM.
Yes, he's MP for that.
Yes, yes. Oh, I see. Kwesi Akwa.
Yes. Works and Housing, Honorable Dr. Prince Ami Duama, MP. Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Akwesi Kunedu, MP. Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, Honorable Musa Abdulaziz Ayaba, MP. Energy, Honorable John Kobina Sani, MP. Honorable Collins Adumaku Mensah, MP. Education, Honorable... No. Adumaku Mensah.
Ah,
yes. Yes. Education, Honorable Kingsley Nyako.
Also your man.
Yes.
In fact, our man. Okay.
Employment and Labor Relations, Honorable Festus Ewua Kofi, MP. Gender, Children and Social Protection, Honorable Benjamin Sechere-Yeboah, MP. President Akufo-Addo is hopeful that Parliament will once again, on a bipartisan basis, expedite approval of his nominees so they can join the government forthwith and assist in the delivery of his mandate for his second term in office. The President of the Republic, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has reassigned the following ministers of state and deputy ministers of state to new offices and has directed that they assume their respective duties with immediate effect. Okay, so listen to this carefully. It says, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has reassigned the following ministers of state and deputy minister of state to new offices and has directed that they assume their respective duties with immediate effect. Finance. So these are categories of ministers of state. So finance, Honorable Mohammed Amin Adam, MP. So he's continuing as Minister of State.
It may be in the formulation.
Okay. Interior, Honorable
because
Henry.
Otherwise,
yes.
it to be demotion.
Yes. Interior, Honorable Henry Quarty, MP. Roads and Highways, Honorable Francis Asensu Boachi, MP. Works and Housing, Honorable Kojo Ponkruma, MP. Minister of State, Office of the President, Honorable Ambrose Derry, MP. So that's basically it.
There's the last page. Honorable Abdullah Abanga.
Oh, yes.
That's local government decentralization.
Yes, Honorable Abdullah Abanga, MP, Local Government Decentralization and Rural Development. Okay, so...
Randy.
Yes.
Can you honestly convince anybody that you did not have a hand in this?
Oh, how?
Because too many of your friends are here.
Oh. they are my friends because they come on Good Morning Ghana.
Beyond that, they are your friends. Are you sure you are not instrumental
But
in this?
the president and the vice president themselves are senior friends. They are friends. Although we don't get to speak of it. Man, so.
I think we should not underestimate Randy.
Oh, no.
and his influence.
No.
No, we shouldn't.
As for this one there, Kwesi, you say it, Adabraka.
But Randy, your influence is all over the place. I can see them.
No.
Should I get into the details?
No.
But it's interesting to know that almost everybody here is an MP. All of them are MPs, actually.
Everybody has to be that strategic. Yes, in view of all the things that have happened, you know. So
congratulations is in order. I mean, I have a lot of good friends in there. I have no doubt that they will be doing a sterling job. It's also an opportunity. I see a lot of young people that have been given an opportunity to serve this nation. And I'm sure that they will make us proud.
Well, I see that our good friend Tina Mensah is out completely. And
I think those who lost their
parliamentary
parliamentary seats, those who lost their seats and those who are not seeking re-election, they are really affected by this.
Yeah, okay. Because Tina Mensah is one of the people who actually has been long associated with the struggles. You know, I mean, I've worked with her.
She's been deputy minister for 7 years.
Yeah,
for health.
Yeah, for health. And now she loses her parliamentary primaries and also loses her ministerial position. Interesting. But Tina has done well for herself and her country. You know. Anyway.
All right. So.
But I still smell Randy everywhere.
Oh, please.
It's true.
All right, okay, so that's the list. It's official now. I'm sure that the discussions will continue and all that. But let me say a big 90th birthday once again to the big man who is 90 today. We can't celebrate him enough. Of course, Engineer Kweku Chumbuafu. He's the original KTB, not Kojo Chumbuafu. Yes, he's 90 today. Chumbuafu and Associates has more than paid his dues, and is an avid watcher of Good Morning Ghana. And so, Papa, happy 90th birthday. You still look good. We thank God for your life, and we ask that God gives you a lot more strength and gives you a lot more grace to impact a lot on the younger folks. And so happy 90th birthday to you, Engineer Kweku Chumbuafu. All right. So, gentlemen, we'll leave it here.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks
Thank you, sir.
for joining me. Up next, Jim.
But next time, when an exercise like this is being done, you people should not forget Erico. Eric has also struggled. I don't know why Randy of all people decided to forget you.
Maybe these are very different, right?
Up next is GMG Trent.
You are your own person, unique, one of a kind, special. That's why you deserve everything tailored to suit your particular taste, your preference, your needs. Just like MTN Just For You. You can get customized offers tailored to who you are. Dial *141# or use the MyMTN app to get to choose from a variety of offers made just for you.
We are back bringing you the latest lineup from Betway. Betway starts strong with their front two with Free Play Friday and Swipe Bet. In the middle, you've got all the control with Cash Out and Build a Bet. Plus, with Win Boost, you can boost your sports bets. At the back, they have Smart Picks and the Partial Daily Jackpot.
You always get way more with Betway.
For over 20 years of serving the world with herbal and alternative medicine, we've been successful in treating complicated medical conditions with a perfect combination of herbal and alternative methods of treatments like homeopathy, naturopathy, reflexology, and many more. We deliver excellent and effective service to people from all walks of life through scientific and traditional means. We have a well-equipped laboratory with advanced diagnostic and treatment devices to help detect your illness so we know the right medication to be given. At Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital, we are proud manufacturers of our own herbal medication. Our zeal and passion to save lives with our patients at heart and outstanding achievements since 1996 has won us several awards. That is why we say, go herbal, go Amen. We are located everywhere in all the regions. Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital. Allahu Shafi, God is the He.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. Time to check out what is trending on social media with Desi, the star boy.
Look, good morning.
Why your Valentine t-shirt?
Oh, I'll be ready inside.
Okay.
Good morning. If this list had come in a few, like an hour ago, I'm sure Twitter will be buzzing. And I would have gotten some of them. I'll just check on Twitter real quick and see what people are saying about it. But it's all been Valentine today, and we'll talk about Save Ghana Football, the protest also going on, and then we'll talk about some other things here before we wrap it up. So today is 14th day of February. I know lots of you, like Jennifer, has been trying to say, I don't know if she's received a call yet, but if you do not have a boyfriend or a partner, I'm sorry for you. Now, for you, let me play the song for you, so we can start with our conversation on Valentine.
This is why I love you. Valentine is coming. Where is your boyfriend? Where is your boyfriend?
right, so that's it. It is finally here, Val's Day. Where is your Jennifer is giving you some vibes in the studio and I didn't have All right, so that's it. Today, Val's Day. But a lot of people are planning to do a lot of things for their partners. But let me remind you that today is Ash Wednesday. Today is the beginning of Lent, Ash Wednesday. So whatever you go do, be what idea on top. But imagine a macho man singing for his girlfriend. My God, how romantic is that? Let me bring back this video from, it's been like quite a number of years since it came out, but watching this macho man and learn from him how romantic he was.
This is why I love you. Ooh, this is why I love you. Because you love me. You love me. And I found love in you. You love me. This is why I love you. Ooh, this is why I love you. Because you love me. You love me.
Okay, so Charlie, romantic man. Charlie, the way they sing the song, they hold the flower itself. It gets small, like go on your knees and sing. Someone says, Macho man, they can laugh, but why? Macho man too for top love. But sometimes the ladies, I don't know, they say they don't like public like that. Some too like public. I don't know, you have to talk to your partner and see which one you do, whether public one or not. Look.
We didn't grow in the social media era.
Yeah. So how did you do it?
So, have you ever heard of Placito?
Placito?
Yes.
I don't hear that one.
What about Duval?
Duval. I don't hear that one.
Okay. Go and ask your
dad. Don't go, go
and ask your dad.
No, what was that?
Placito and Duval.
Yeah.
Oh, they were the popular places for cards and gifts.
Oh,
yes.
Like a gift shop.
Yes. So Placito and Duval,
those two
shops. Yeah.
Those were the times where you run to.
Today there was no social media.
No social media. Today, if you don't buy,
we had to write.
Yeah.
You know, in ink.
In ink.
Yes.
The brightness of the day has given. Hey. No, people are giving us pressure. People are buying. You see the bouquet that they use money all around it.
Yes.
The
Bank of Ghana issued a look.
Yes.
In case the woman asks you and she's comparing to somebody, I will send you a copy of the Bank of Ghana statement. Yes, that is illegal.
It's illegal.
Arrested.
Yes. You don't have to do
so
that.
So you use the statement.
You use the statement too. So like we are telling you, you use the statement to you defend yourself. That you cannot buy that. Mr. Omen Kodilo Nkoye Yibia or matter. But chocolate, 20 Ghana.
The guy has a good voice.
He has a good voice. I don't know if the girl was blushing or she was shy.
It's leveraging on his strength.
Charlie, he did sing. So today, what are you doing for your? Hey, I'm not asking Doku.
Huh? What am I doing for Mrs. Abe? Every day is Valentine for us.
Hey, Doc. I know that one.
Which one?
Which one? I
do what?
I start with you on that one.
You do what?
That every day.
What you plan 5 years?
On that note. On that note. Yeah, on that note, let's move on.
You know, we're going to marry on Val's Day.
Oh.
But the year we got married, Val's Day was on Monday.
It was on a Monday.
So we got married on the Saturday,
on
which
the
was
Saturday.
the 12th of February.
Oh, so that was 2 years ago.
So Monday was our anniversary.
Wow, amazing.
So that year, Val's Day was on Monday. So we got married on a Saturday.
On a Saturday. Like that, romantic. You don't give me romantic one. chose the date to align with Mother's Day. It's an all year gift now, you know one.
And my second son was born the same day. 12.
You see, that's why if I come and sit here like me and dog with a go paper because I'm taking.
But my dream plan 5 years.
Okay, let's move on. let's move on. I'll talk about. But today is the beginning of Lent.
Yeah.
And it's Ash Wednesday. So people are fasting.
But that's another reason not to.
Yes. So as you fast today, mind what you do today.
But not everybody observes.
And so that's those who are doing it. You know.
Are you observing Lent?
Me, I don't do so. I'm not observing Lent. Today. Okay. But anyway, today is also, as we watch of love, protest to the goal, save Ghana football. It's happening. The way down the
How is it going?
It's going well. I have seen Sadiq. I think last night I saw Atapuku around the mall area.
Okay.
So it's going on. It started at the Obra Sports, and it's continuing all through. And that's led by Sadiq Adams, the sports journalist, and a lot of other journalists and sports fans also. So that is also trending number 1 on Twitter this morning. Save Ghana for Countryman Songo on your screen, and the police also there to help with the protest that is going on also. So that's also happening. Save Ghana football. But I have a message. Look, I love tilapia.
Huh?
I love tilapia.
The cartoonist or the fish?
No, the fish itself.
Okay.
But the problem is, why do we buy the tilapia? Then the bank is like we are begging for it.
I don't understand.
Look, let's watch this video. You understand how you buy tilapia? You stay Ghana and the bank is like this. Soon. Let's watch it.
Mo tilapia no yesere mo se banku no ha mo se mo de ka tilapia no ho a munyai ye ba beto tilapia no ne ya beka banku ofi banku e 5 cedi banku e ma to tilapia 50 cedis banku e 5 cedis aba wei mo tilapia no yesere mo se banku no ha mo se mo de ka tilapia no ho a munyai ye ba beto tilapia no ne ya beka banku ofi banku e 5 cedi banku e ma to tilapia 50 cedis banku e 5 cedis.
I don't understand him.
I understand the guy.
No, I don't understand him. See, if you a ball of kenke is 4 cedis or 5 cedis.
Yes.
One of them.
Yes.
So how different is it from the banku?
The banku is so.
But is that not the size of a ball of kenke?
I said document and kebeso the crow, but we dia akwarashino.
He's really tilapia for 50 cedis. And he expects the banku to be
heavy small.
So it means that he needs to buy banku 10 cedis before he can. He shouldn't blame the tilapia seller. It's the economy.
It's the economy.
The tilapia seller is also going to buy the corn.
In the warrior.
Yeah.
Akwadeja. Because we made the best
6.
And don't give me I can eat that number. Shadrach.
Who?
Hey.
Shadrach Apia.
Hey. The
next time he cooks, he won't give you some.
For me, every day they blacklist me. So I'm okay with that. So that's it with the trends today.
If you look at you and you look at Shadrach. Shadrach should be eating 4 times.
Oh, but he can do it. Shadrach. Oh, food is to him.
That's why he loves to cook.
And okay, yeah,
so
true.
It doesn't disturb.
Yeah, that might be true. If you know you want to eat, you cook your own thing. Today, Vows Day. Jennifer, who are you cooking for? Anyway, Doc, that's it for the trends today.
So, what time did you wake up today?
What time and then my light out by hair. Slept like 1. So I woke up 3:30 today.
3:30 a.m.
Yeah, that's the time.
What did you do when you woke up?
Said a word of prayer and I went to bath quick.
Then after that?
The driver came and I came to work.
And then?
Then the day's going on well.
You haven't spoken with anybody on the phone?
I've written it already.
You have written?
Yes.
You mean you sent a message?
I typed out already.
Can you read what you?
I just what I type is it's a normal day. you know it already. Today is not the day that I have to tell you. You know it already. So she send me back say we know. So draw.
That no.
That no, dog.
Anyway, enjoy the
dog. Thank you. But I think we're supposed to buy chocolate for all of us in the control room, Annie.
Why?
It's a show of love.
Love to who?
All of us.
Okay.
It's in GMG. So, and I am born a car.
Okay.
We are born a car. Yeah. Okay. All right, Doc. Thank you.
So happy Vows Day, my sister Sabi. Every day be Vows Day. So.
Every day be Vows Day. Yeah. So the champion man talk so you to go talk so you to go use our.
So you to do it.
Every day, is it?
No, you to do it.
I asked you to talk.
So you say you want to do what?
Happy birthday to Georgina Yeboah, the founder student of KNUST. This is from Isaac Jackson.
Hey, are you rapping? This is from who?
This is someone's birthday message. It's a rap for trust. Happy, there is a happy birthday. Happy Vows Day going out to you. You're at Medilab Kumasi. Hey! Offended Bo.
Up next, Metro Sports.
Morning Ghana is brought